Welcome everybody to another video of Ancient Greece Reloaded. Today we will talk about the famous king Anaxagoras, the tale of the king of Argos. By the way, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so as to stay tuned for upcoming videos. Overall, from the surviving sources of Greek mythology, there is little said about Anaxagoras. Starting with his family line, Anaxagoras is usually said to be the son of Megapenthes. Occasionally it is said that Megapenthes was his grandfather, while his father was King Argeus. In both cases, the mother of Anaxagoras is unknown. Anaxagoras fathered Alector, who was the father of Iphis, who is related to the story of the seven against Thebes. During that time, Megapenthes was the king of Argos, for he had swapped the kingdom of Tyrrhenes for Argos, when his cousin Perseus had requested it. In short, Perseus did kill his own grandfather by accident, and because Perseus did not want to rule over a kingdom that he did obtain by blood in his hands, even if it was by accident, they swapped kingdoms. And thus, eventually, Anaxagoras would become the king of Argos. One tale of Anaxagoras tells of Anaxagoras' son, potentially Alector, was struck down with an unknown illness. Anaxagoras called upon Melampus, the famed seer, to cure him. Melampus made a sacrifice of an oxen, and when the vultures came to feast upon the carcass, Melampus talked to them. The vultures spoke of a previous sacrifice made by Anaxagoras, which had scared the king's young son. To calm his son, Anaxagoras had thrown away the sacrificial knife. But unbeknown to Anaxagoras, the knife had embedded itself in a nearby tree, injuring the hamadryad within it. The hamadryad had thus cursed the king's son. The hamadryad told Melampus that the boy would be healed if the knife was taken out of the trunk of the tree and boiled. Then the rusty water that resulted should be drunk by the prince. Melampus followed her directions and demanded 2/3 of the kingdom, one for himself and 1/3 for his brother Vias. The king ultimately agreed. The second tale talked about Anaxagoras, which relates to Melampus and the division of his kingdom into 3 parts, goes as follows. Madness had fallen upon Argos, most probably because god Dionysus had felt insulted by their past actions. This madness only affected the women of the kingdom. Some tell of this madness seeing the women leave their homes and wander the land acting as if they were cows. Melampus came to Anaxagoras and told the king that he could cure the women of Argos, but in return the king would have to give Melampus 1/3 of his kingdom. Anaxagoras rejected Melampus' offer, believing that 1/3 of his kingdom was too high of a price to pay. As time passed though, more and more women were infected, and so Melampus was brought before the king again. This time the seer told Anaxagoras that the price of his help was now 2/3 of his kingdom. This time Anaxagoras agreed, fearing a total loss of his kingdom if the madness continued. Melampus then successfully cured the women of Argos, and whilst Anaxagoras continued to rule a portion of Argos, the other parts were ruled by Melampus and Melampus' brother Vias. Finally, and as stated, Anaxagoras did have a son named Alector, by a woman unnamed, and his descendants continued to rule until after the Trojan War. Whereupon Anaxagoras' descendant, Cylarabes, generations later reunited the kingdom of Argos into one again. Let us finish with the following saying. The foundation of every state is the upbringing of young people, Pythagoras. That being said, remember guys to hit the like button and to subscribe to our channel, it would help us a lot. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for upcoming videos.